Okay, so this is really going to be more of a look back at what this attempt on my self-made curriculum was, what it helped me learn, and what I did wrong, and the things I did right. Most of what I did this week was just draw heads, and I'm just going to have that playing in the background while I talk. First off, I have to remind myself that this month was very busy in my personal life. That's partly why I was only able to do 3 videos this month instead of the planned 4. But if I'm just talking about what I had planned to do for the subject of drawing heads, I gave myself too much. I gave myself way too much to do in way too short of a time period. I had I had head perspectives the first week, skulls and anatomy the second week, stylization planned for the third week, and then for the fourth week I just plan to draw a lot of heads, as well as hair, and learn how that works. Basically, I separated everything way too thinly to the point where I didn't understand rather how it was all going to fit together and what I was going to learn out of it. I think this is a two-part problem. My goals weren't building towards something I could see, as in I wasn't practicing angles of the head, the skull anatomy, or hair to combine that knowledge into something at the end. I was just doing them because I felt like I had to, which took the fun and the exploration out of this whole unit, which was the whole intention behind it in the first place. And the second thing is, between iterations, plane paintings, fantasy heads, gestures, and everything else, I just was too overwhelmed. There was just too much on my plate for me to get done in a reasonable amount of time without tiring myself out, which just led to exhaustion and the feeling of I can't catch up. If I could do this unit over again, I think instead I would plan to study the skull, hair, and neck muscles all in the first week, maybe read a bit of my anatomy book of choice, and for the second and third week, that would be just drawing a lot of heads, just getting the mileage in. And for the last week, I think I would have worked towards building maybe an illustration that involves heads and also like composition and perspective that I learned in previous units. Maybe I would do something where I try experimenting with different head shapes, or even just draw a lot of heads but take longer on each individual head. I think that would be an easier and more meaningful way to study heads if I had done this again. Overall, I think I still got good practice this month. I still did draw a lot. But honestly, it could have been a lot better, which is the thing I'm lamenting. I do plan to do stuff like this in the future, that is coming up with my own units to study something that's not in the course by itself, or just study something that's in the course more. But that probably won't be for a while, because I do want to just get back on the track of doing perspective and anatomy, to really get in, because I think that's the most important thing for me right now. I think what I learned this month was definitely what not to do when creating my own units, which I think is a pretty important lesson to learn. And overall, I'm not beating myself up over it. But something that I do want to stress in future units for myself is to try and have fun with it, because I feel like I get the most out of learning when I'm enjoying myself while doing it. But yeah, I'll try and take that same energy into next month, which will be perspective again. See you then.